The number here is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. We have an absolutely awesome show going on tonight. We have the amazingly talented Elisa Hallerman in the studio and Joe Parrott. Yes.
You're just banging on the table.
I'm
going through the mics.
I'm so stoked. I mean, that was an awesome call. And I'm glad to know we're out there helping.
You know, instead of listening to you, we're going to go to another call.
Let's do it.
All right, on line one, we've got Shara from Sonoma, California.
Hi, how's
Is that
it
right?
going?
Did I get the name right, Shara?
You're really close.
Yeah?
It's Shira.
Shira.
It means
Hi,
song.
Shara.
It means song in English. It's a Hebrew name.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
it does.
Judah.
Am I right?
Wow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
I just wanted to.
Impressive.
That's why we keep Judah around.
Yeah.
You really gave me some inspiration for the day in handling that call the way you did. I thought that was really sound advice, and to have a plan to look forward to in working with such a professional as yourself. I just, thank you so much on Patrick's behalf.
Great.
Thank you, Shira.
So what's going on with you?
Well, I was having like a laptop situation earlier, so I might have missed the gap. But I wanted to comment on what Andrew said earlier in the show about the AA's stringent policy on day counting and month counting to get the tips.
Right.
Right.
And I think although for some, not everything it's not a cookie cutter program, and so people are affected differently. However, when I first started recovery, it's the cultural norm to enter AA. I mean, because as someone new in recovery, that's really the only resource that seems universal.
It was, at least.
It used to be.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
And
It's
for
not anymore.
someone like me who didn't admit, well, to myself at least, I had a drinking problem, even though it seemed like everybody around me had thought I did. That was the only resource I was aware of. And it worked for me for a while, but I would see people really stressed out, having to admit. It's almost like they felt like I felt bad for them, like all of that work, all of the learning that they've done in the past months, and it's just seen as I failed again.
Right.
And I really, really am a proponent of, really focusing on your strengths and not exasperating a weakness. So if you have to start all over again in the count, it could really be, especially for people that don't have a lot of long-term sobriety, I really think it can be kind of detrimental.
Yeah, there's a few things about AA that I really, really like. I think that the fellowship of being able to meet people that have a similar problem and share stories and grow off of that is an incredible thing. You can get a bunch of sober friends instead of a drunk using group of friends. And that's an incredible thing about AA. I do believe there's also a good educational component in AA, and a lot of the therapeutic underpinnings of AA actually come from something called dialectical behavioral therapy. So, in fact, if you put a map of dialectical behavioral therapy up to sort of how AA works, they're actually very similar, and they sort of co-op each other. The things that we're talking about, though, and I think that part of the problem is that, like sponsorship isn't even in the big book.
Right.
Right.
And neither is day counting and all this stuff.
Right. All this stuff has sort of been added in over time.
And I'm a big proponent, actually, of counting days, of counting years, but not for the reason. I'm very against, I used to speak to my therapist about this in New York, people that say 90 meetings in 90 days. Mm-hmm. Right? Really? 90 meetings in 90 days? I remember I had 88 days sober, and I couldn't go to a meeting, and I thought, oh my God, I
failed.
I failed.
Oh,
I
no.
failed again. Mind you, I had been to 700 meetings the prior, but I had
But
put...
you had 90 drinks in 90 days before that,
Right,
didn't you?
exactly. And people going, and people saying stuff to me, and it's like...
That wasn't a problem.
Right. But we forget sometimes we have to celebrate, it's okay to this isn't a perfect program. It says that it's progress, not perfection. And you have to be really, really easy on yourself.
I was talking about the individual, but
Yeah.
not the program.
Yeah,
Well-
but I think a lot of the things there are a lot of suggestions, and I think that it's not one size fits all,
Exactly.
and that everyone can use it as a blueprint to have their own experience.
And there's so many. I mean, some people don't have the luxury.
So many recovery pathways. I think it's good to get a basic understanding of AA, since that is usually the entrance into recovery and sustainable recovery. So I'm not against AA, but just in the way that it promotes the counting.
Right.
I have seen that in some people. I mean, they're really, truly devastated. Or another issue I've come across is when someone else has long-term sobriety, the saying the newest member is the most important person in the room.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
really
that really
bothers
drives me nuts because it's actually something Elisa spoke about. It mentioned
the gurus of AA is
because
if they have a solution.
it's
greater
it's
than
the hardest thing sometimes for the people with 10 years or 14 years or 7 years or 18 years because we need to share too. We're the ones also that are going through life, and life is always, and while the newcomer is, everybody in the room is important. Let's just say.
And
Well, we
everybody
all
and their
just have
sub-
one day.
Right.
We all just have today,
Right.
and anything can happen. We're all just one drink or one something away.
One
Yeah.
right turn,
Right.
a left
Yeah.
turn
One
from
wrong
the next
turn.
drink.
And
or
you
the
know what?
next-
Thank
yeah.
God I got today. Shira,
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
so much, though, for calling in. And
It was my absolute pleasure, and I just think your show is rock star status. So keep up the good
thank
work.
you so
thank
much.
you. I'll take that personally
Yeah,
as a compliment.
Please like us on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's facebook.com/clean radio with clean with a K. And leave a message there, and Judah will send you a T-shirt.
Yes.
Oh, I love my T-shirt.
Yes, you look great in it.
Thank you.
You're our new spokesmodel, and Joe,
love it.
so is Joe's also our new spokesmodel. And by the way, if you just tuned in, you are listening to Clean Radio. That's Clean with a K. Let's just get right back into the
And
calls.
we got
We're
another
running
call.
out of time.
We got Jody from Pasadena. Jody, welcome to Clean Radio.
Hey,
Hey, Jody.
thank you guys.
Hi, Jody.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Jody.
Hi. I just want to say that the last call before this young lady was amazing.
With
And,
Patrick?
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so great. It was so
Right.
great. I've got about 25 years, and when I hear,
Holla.
Mazel tov.
but when I hear that, it's like I'm right back. I'm right
Yeah.
back at my first day when you're struggling and you're saying what,
Well, and that's important to remember.
my day.
And that's so important to remember because it's easy to forget.
Yeah, this is my day.
Yeah.
You know?
It is. It's amazing, and it's always. I always say to people, it's the most important 2 days are the first day and the day before the first day,
Yeah.
because it's that day before the first day that got you the first day.
Those stories are
That's
so
right.
amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always the person in the room at meetings who laughs.
That's you?
Laugh.
I've heard
Now
you.
I know how I know you,
recognize the name,
Jody.
And everybody looks at me like, you're crazy. Why are you laughing at this guy? I'm like, because did you just hear that story?
Okay, I want you to share about that because we have a lot of people out there that are listening right now that are going through the roughest time of their life.
Yeah.
Somebody
No
in their
doubt.
family is dying, a wife, a child, and tell them how one day when their sobriety happens, they're going to laugh.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I never thought I'd laugh again, and I've never laughed more with my friends
What do you always say?
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always say the
Since
loudest
sober.
table at a restaurant is the sober
All
table.
the way.
I completely agree.
It really is, by the way. I'm the
100%
last
agree.
one there. Because they're so self-centered, they don't even realize everybody has left.
Yeah, right.
It's like 2:30 in the morning, and they go, "Are they closing?"
Yeah.
And
We're all incredible narcissists.
yes, welcome,
Especially Judah.
Yeah, that of course. Jody, we're running out of time.
So I just was driving home. The top was down. I happened to hit the channel, heard that guy, and I was like, how wonderful.
I'd like to meet
that.
Jody. The top's down. She's
Right.
just driving,
Driving
listening to the
along.
radio.
Yeah.
25 years
25
sober.
years.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Jody, do me a favor. Go to
100%.
Facebook. You're on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And like us, and just say so we could keep in contact with you.
That'd be great.
Okay. Thank you so much,
All
Jody.
right, sweetie. Thank you, guys.
Take
Drive
care,
safe.
Jody.
Drive safe. Have a great night.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
That's an awesome night. It's
We're having a good night tonight.
it's
always good to have a good night.
and then of course you got to leave again next week, and but Jennifer Jimenez will be back in. And,
Where are you going?
I am going to London again for the third time. I'm working on a project over there. So
he's actually building. He's hopefully we're gonna be Clean International, and but there's a lot of need for it out there.
There's a big
There's a lot of need for it out there.
There's a huge problem with methadone. For years, the country in the UK, both Scotland and England and Wales, have been operating off a methadone maintenance public health model. And they have fourth-generation long-term methadone addicts taking as much as 200 milligrams
Oh my God.
of methadone. And so I'm looking forward to going there and starting programs that actually provide detox and rehab.
I want you to explain that to people, though, because that's sort of like somebody coming to America or somebody going there and saying, I heard this amazing thing called electroshock therapy works.
Electroconvulsive therapy.
Yeah, it works. And that's like almost like that with methadone. Right. And the dangers, it's a very dangerous drug.
I think that, well, the biggest problem with methadone is people top up with it, meaning they'll put heroin on top of it, or they'll mix it with benzodiazepines so they can still get high. And, when people are up at a dosage of 200 milligrams, I think if the average case we see at Clean in the U.S. is somewhere around 30 to 50 milligrams.
200's a lot.
So, yeah, these are people who have been using it for 20, 30 years.
Right.
Just to try and function. And you see a lot of suicide and death and people giving up because they're not really sober and they don't really feel right.
It's like being in purgatory.
It's really not, yeah. I mean,
So
I think
you're
it's
opening up detox?
I'm going to be,
and treatment?
I'm working hard with certain political figures over in Britain to try and move public policy away from just public health drug maintenance into giving people the opportunity to actually go through a detox process.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's a big sea change for them. So.
We're running out of time. I want to thank again. I want to first thank Joe Parrott. I don't say this because I'm friends with him. I don't say this because I know him really well. I say he's truly one of the best people in the industry of helping people. He has a heart of gold, and he's the intake person at Clean. And if anybody needs anything, just to talk, just give him a call. Joe, how do people get in touch with you?
Call at 888-601-6040. If I don't answer the phone, ask for me.
Yeah.
They'll find me.
And he's just awesome. And also let's thank right away, we're definitely going to have you back because we didn't get into enough of what it is you do. And I know your website's not perfect right now, but you let me know when it's going to be perfect, and we'll have you back on. We had Elisa Hallerman.
I will. Thank you.
Founder of HallyLife.com. Please go to this website. This girl is amazing. This woman is amazing and awesome.
Thank you.
And she wears our T-shirt really well.
Thank you.
And
was that like am I getting sued for that?
no, you're
No.
not.
It's true.
Yeah,
It is true. Okay. Right? You can't get sued for the truth.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
about that.
That's exactly right. And
Say it to
she,
Joe and see what happens.
Joe, you look awesome in that T-shirt. You're definitely the new model for it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
You're more than
everybody.
welcome.
Andrew, have the safest of travels. Kyrie eleison, as they say.
That's right.
And the discussion continues at cleanradio.com.
Are you struggling with an addiction that's ruining your life? Want to have a confidential conversation with a professional that will immediately assist you? Do you suspect a loved one is abusing drugs and would like a free drug testing kit and consultation? KLEAN Treatment Center is standing by right now to help those with addictions and the people who care about them. Call 888-601-6040. That's 888-601-6040. Or go to KLEAN Treatment Center, that's clean with a K, cleantreatmentcenter.com.